Yo, what's going on guys? I'm Maze, and recently we got 3 brand new titles and summaries for the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. So because of that, I've decided for today's video that I will inform you guys what these titles and summaries are, along with giving my personal thoughts and theories on them. Let me know in the comments down below for today's question of the day though, what you think of these episodes once I inform you in this video. I love to hear. But with that intro now said, let's jump right into the first episode. Episode 117, Shaymin, Meltan, Sandy, Lost Child Explorers. The summary for this episode states, quote, Ash and viewers are visiting Malie City. During this visit, Shaymin, Sandy and Meltan end up getting lost while chasing after Mallow's hair ornament, which got taken by the wind. End quote. This episode will air on April 14th. With that summary now said, let's now move on to my thoughts regarding this episode. Well, first of all, I might as well state that this episode is actually the start of a Malie City arc. The other 2 episodes will be exploring, going to that city as well. And although this first episode of the arc will be a somewhat filler episode, I am still very excited to know that this will be the first episode where we will be exploring my favorite city. Like legit, when I played the Sun and Moon games, I truly believe Malie City had the best city design. Just take a look at these beautiful areas, best city music, like bro, I could just jam out to that soothing tune for such a long time. Nice story events, such as this being the point in the games where Lilie starts to look at other clothes because her mother always forced her to wear a current outfit, Ace Roller's debut, even your boy Guzma's debut, and the city even had very lovely landmarks surrounding it. One of them landmarks actually getting explored in the next episode. So just by this description alone, you should get a good enough idea of how much fun memories I've had with this city, and how I've just been sitting here so patiently waiting to see it shine in the anime, which it will be now, and it's so fulfilling to know. Hell, because this episode's plot focuses around Pokemon getting lost in the city, it gives us the excuse to explore every inch of Malie City, which honestly is a perfect introduction in my eyes for this city, which as you've seen has so much to offer in my eyes. So this ultimately makes me not mind the episode's plot, unlike other people who are probably upset about it. In fact, just regardless of the fact we'll be in Malie City, each episode of Sun and Moon so far, where a Pokemon gets lost, have been quite entertaining to watch. So I'm quite hopeful that this episode will be the same case. Though I think nothing can beat the plot of a small Ash, Lilie and Sophocles getting lost on Melee Island. That concept was just too brilliant. But yeah, this episode could still be a bundle of fun. Finally, the fact that this episode is focusing on Shaymin, Eevee and Meltan specifically as well is quite admirable, as we've not seen any screen time from Shaymin outside of Mallow finding it and then holding it, so this could be a chance to gain some personality. And from Eevee's and Meltan's debut episodes alone, they were quite fun to watch due to the mayhem they caused. So I feel like the dynamic between these two will be lovable to watch. Overall though, that concludes my thoughts on this episode. It's very typical of me to make a Sun and Moon filler episode seem exciting, huh? But Sun and Moon to me just has the best fillers due to being in the slice of life genre. And hopefully I've convinced you, if you dislike the premise of this episode, that even though that this will be a rehashed plot and not plot important, that fun can still possibly be found. Though, I can't deny the fact that the story isn't the thing I'm most excited for. It's simply Malie City's location. Well, with nothing else to say for this episode, let's now move on to an episode which will definitely give fans what they want. Which is episode 118, Aim for the Top Floor, the Explosive Dragon Gym. The summary for this episode states, quote, Ash and viewers have come to the Gym of Kanto in Malie City, and for some reason, they're met by a group of gym trainers dressed as ninjas. End quote. This episode will air on April 21st. With that summary now said, let's now move on to my thoughts regarding this episode. Yes, you heard that right. We're getting a gym episode and even a possible gym battle. This ain't no April Fool's joke. As one, this gym in Malie City appeared as an optional path in the Ultra version of the Sun and Moon games, and 2, episode summaries are always released on Pokemon's anniversary anyway, which happens to be April 1st. So, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for the confused people watching, as there was definitely a lot of confusion on social media last night. But anyway, truly getting into my thoughts regarding this episode now. Although the gym wasn't anything too special in the games, it was just an optional feature with no real official meaning like normal gyms, I'm pretty confident the anime will make this exciting, much like they've done for almost every real gym battle episode. Hell, even the gym battle Ash and Kiyomi had against Misty and Brock in episode 43 was spectacular. That is, if Ash is to actually challenge this gym though. The summary doesn't state any gym battle, though I'm sure he will battle the gym leader, otherwise it'll be a pretty boring episode without it, and have no real other meaning than to reveal Ryuki. Which, for those confused, Ryuki is a challenger in the gym and is a dragon type user. Ryuki is also somebody who can challenge you for the champion title in a champion defense battle within the Pokemon League. But regardless of his origins, much like the gym, he wasn't anything too special. But much like I said for the gym appearing in the anime, I'm confident the anime will improve his character. That is because the anime already improved upon Kahili's character, and because there's even a possibility that this character could end up replacing the generic NPC gym leader and could compete in the Alola League to be a rival of Ash's or another main character. As after all, episode 115 revealed that everybody will be competing in the league. And come on, he just strikes an edgy Ash rival. In fact, I'm pretty confident that the anime will give Ryuki a Z-ring, despite not owning one in the games, which would give even more justice for him to be in the league due to being a Z-ring user. And why I believe he's gonna have a Z-ring anyway, is so that way the anime can showcase Komao-O's exclusive Z move, which is yet to be seen, and this character even owns a Komao in the games. In fact, remember that image I brought up in multiple discussion videos of how it spoiled future evolutions and captures? Well, Komao on that image could simply belong to this character. I just also want to remind you lot that although this character doesn't have a Z-ring in the Pokemon games, so didn't any of our main characters. So what's to say that Ryuki won't? But giving more weight to my theory being likely. Jumping back into the gym aspect of this episode though, like I suggested earlier, I feel like Ryuki might replace the generic gym leader, so that way there's more to offer. However, there's also a possibility he could just follow what he did in the games, and that is be a challenger the playable character has to challenge before battling the gym leader, even if optional. As the title of this episode honestly makes me believe that Ash will have to challenge multiple floors of random trainers, while also being the ninjas in the summary before battling against the gym leader. Which, if I'm to be correct, looks like it'll be a pretty cool segment of the episode as well. Though, again, I'm sure he will actually be the gym leader this time around. Which in that battle, I have no idea which Pokemon Ash could possibly use, but I'm really hoping that he will use Meltan or Torracat personally. As firstly for Meltan, it needs more development to grow into a better battler if it truly wants to be a real Ash team member, and as for Torracat, I just want to see more episodes of it engaging in battles that isn't against the Mask Royale or working with the Mask Royale. Hell, Torracat never even got the chance to compete in a Grand Trial, so why not let it compete in a gym battle instead? But with that said, for everybody, now concludes my thoughts on this episode. Out of every episode in this video, this one is definitely the one I'm most excited for. But let's now take a look at that final episode, shall we? Which is episode 119, Super Fast Vikivolt, The Awakening of Sophocles. The summary for this episode states, quote, Sophocles enters a Vikivolt race in order to obtain the Bug-Z crystal being offered as the first prize. But on the day of the race, Team Rocket show up to get a Vikivolt themselves. End quote. This episode will air on April 28th. With that summary now said though, let's now move on to my thoughts regarding this episode. Well, here we are. As for Shadow back in episode 106, we have a Vikivolt race episode, which, regardless of the fact that Sophocles will definitely be winning and obtaining the Buganium C, which will help out his character greatly, I'm pretty excited for this episode, as the Charge Bug race episode was surprisingly really humorous and exciting with its concept. Much like the fact that this episode was foreshadowed back in episode 106, I'm sure we will see Sophocles' rival make a return as well, which is decent, so I'm down with that as well. But to be honest, that's all I have to say regarding the Viki Vault race story at this moment in time, before we get to preview and the actual episode of how it will look. So let's start to focus on Sophocles getting that inedible Buganium Z once again. Yeah, this is amazing, as not only will it greatly help out his character like I mentioned earlier, but it also opens up development for both of his Pokemon. Yes, even including Togedemaru. It can learn the bug type moves Pin Missile and Fell Stinger. And finally, this most likely means that Mallow will even get a Z Crystal and Z Ring as well. So that way she isn't the only one left out without them. Which when combined with Sophocles is very satisfying to know. We don't want other characters to overshadow the others. But what Z Crystal could Mallow possibly get, seeming as Ash has the Grassanium Z? Well, I have 3 theories for that. The first could be the Feranium Z, as Selena can learn Dazzling Gleam and play rough. The second could be the Psychanium Z, as this Pokemon also learns Zen Headbutt. Whilst the final Z Crystal could be the Phytanium Z, as this Pokemon also learns High Jump Kick, Low Sweep, and Low Kick. Which, to be honest, if I had to lean to one Z Crystal as my final theory, I would lean on the Phytanium Z side. As just take a look at Selena's character. It always uses its legs to battle opponents, so learning any of those moves, which all include V-Action, would fit perfectly. I mean, the Z Crystal has the opponent use hands as the Z move, but still the moves at hand fit better than any of the other moves I discussed. And who knows, the anime could always change the Z move animation to suit a foot instead. Whilst I also have a feeling that maybe one day Lilie could own the Feranium Z for herself also, which fits more. And the Psychanium Z could just be slapped anywhere else for somebody else to use. All Z moves at this moment in time are looking like they're gonna be showcased in the anime. Now sure, one issue some people have with Mallow obtaining the Phytanium Z is the fact that Holo covers the Phytanium Z already. However, because Ash already shares a Z Crystal with a Kahuna, and that the Kahunas are actually going to be referees in the Alola League, I think it will be fine honestly. We won't see Holo use his Z Crystal ever again in this series. So, yeah. Man, I cannot wait for whenever Mallow's time comes around though. Much like Legendaries and Mythicals, everybody gets a Z-Ring. But regardless of my Mallow theory here, overall, as you should have hopefully saw, I am quite intrigued to see this Viki Vault race episode. But once again, I don't have anything else I could possibly say until I see a preview of the episode itself. So, that ends off today's discussion now. However, once again, do let me know in the comments down below what you think of these upcoming episodes and which one you are most excited for. I'd love to hear. And if you did enjoy this video, then please be sure to consider leaving a like, a share, and if you're new here, then subscribe along with it and that bell icon to stay in loop with all things Pokemon anime related. If you want to support this channel any further way, I also have a Patreon. Thank you for watching everybody, this is HackInsomniac, signing out.